Alright, as you guys know, I am showing you guys how to make these bathroom fixtures. We have just completed part 1 of 3, where I am showing you how to make this tub shower combo. We are now moving on to this marble bathtub, and this is like a jacuzzi bathtub for a miniature, and I will be showing you how to complete one of these in this video. Alright, so first you'll need, this is some styrofoam that came in like a speaker, and it was like the perfect size to do a miniature bathtub, so I'm just going to be using this. Here you see me putting paint around the edge because I need to make the top, and I make most of my miniatures from cardboard because it gives it more stability. So here I am just painting the top of that around the circle part of the tub. That is going to be used as like a stamp, so that I am able to cut out the cardboard that I am going to be able to put on top. Once again, that's just going to be for more stability. So here you see me basically using that as a stamp. So just make sure that you got enough coverage around the outside, and your stamp will come out just like that. After that, you're just going to cut around the outside of that circle, and you're also going to cut inside the circle. Once again, this is going to be the top of the tub. It's going to be made out of cardboard. And here we have the top of the tub. We're just going to cut out that circle in the middle right there. And then once that circle is cut out, boom, you have the middle of the tub. So I'm just going to use this Gorilla wood glue, and I'm going to glue that on using that glue. Obviously, you do not want to use hot glue because that styrofoam will melt. If you are using boxes, you will be able to use, any glue you would like to use. But since I am using styrofoam, because this was the easiest way to do the tub without having to cut my boxes up into a box, I was able to use the wood glue to glue that cardboard on top there. Now here you see me trying to weigh that styrofoam down with just like a bottle. You are going to need a weight to weigh that down so that it sticks to the top of the tub. So here I'm showing you that the tub is done, and then what we're going to be using is tissue boxes. Now we're going to be using the square tissue boxes to make our tile for the tub. Now I picked this one out because the outside of the box looks more like a marble look. So I was able to just cut out, that tissue box and use the pieces for the tiles. So this is just a nail sponge. It had the perfect square to trace out to make my tiles. So that's what you see me doing here. I'm just tracing that out. Gonna cut that out from the tissue box to make my squares. Alright, so there's two ways you can make the do the towels. You can either glue down the box from the Kleenex. You can glue that down on top of here, and then you can make your tile lines with the marker. That's going to be the easiest way, but the pattern that I am wanting to use, it has sort of like this little flower on it, and I don't want that flower to be on the side of the tub. So that's why I am cutting them out instead. But the easiest way, if you have a pattern that's not so like have a prominent flower on it, or doesn't have a prominent pattern like this does, then the easiest way to do it would probably be to glue this down. But if you're not good with drawing straight lines, you may want to just cut them out like this, and then just kind of place them every so where. And that also is going to be the easiest way if you want to get it to look more like, you know, it's not more like tiles instead of it gluing down and then you know, taking a marker and putting the lines on. This way it'll look more like tiles. And this is the way that I'm going to do it, because like I said, I don't want that flower on the side of the tub, or at least it looks like a flower. I don't want that on the side of the tub, so I'm going to cut them out and then glue them. Alright, so here I have some of the towels on the tub so that you can get a visual of what that's going to look like. And then here I just have some towels that are already cut out. These are what I'm going to be using to put onto the tub. And then at this point I'm also separating the dark ones from the light ones so that we're not having one area where it's just a whole bunch of dark tiles and one area where it's a whole bunch of light tiles. So I'm just kind of separating them from dark to light and then placing those on the tub. At this point you're going to get to the top of the tub where you're going to have a square that's going into the circle. You're just going to have to cut around that square so that it's more circular to the tub. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the next towel that you do get, that you do glue in, the top is not so important to match that up with the top of this one, because you can always cut this off. But what you do want to make sure is that your next towel you get lines up with the outside of this towel, and also that it lines up with this. So because not all the pieces are, you know, cut exactly alike, most of them will be. You're just going to want to make sure that the next piece you glue in is going to match up with the side of here, and also make sure it's the same length at the bottom as it is to the top of this one before you glue it in. Alright, so here you see that I do have now 2 sides completed. I do have 2 sides that are not complete. I did not have enough tissue boxes that matched the same tissue box that I had used to cover the sides and the top that I'm going to cover here. But that was not going to be important since the 2 sides that are not covered in the tile, those are not going to be seen because they're going to be the miniature walls are going to be on that side anyways. So those 2 sides there are clearly not going to be getting done because, like I said, they're not going to be shown because those are going to be the sides that are going to be against the walls of the miniature house. Alright, so once the top is complete, you're just going to get some cardstock and some tagboard, and you're going to stick that tagboard onto that cardstock just so that it will be white. And then you're just going to cut a piece out that's going to be, you know, the size that's going to correlate with the bathtub that you have just made. So here you see me going around the tub, the inside of the tub, just so that it will be a little cleaner inside of there with the cardstock and the tagboard in there. So here I'm going to go ahead and cut off the extra that I do have, and then I'm just going to go ahead and glue that in. Inside lined up nicely in there, you're gonna go ahead and take some Mod Podge and cover the whole thing up with Mod Podge. For the faucet is I believe this is a staple. This came in like a huge box. They'll use these staplers to hold the box in place. It is kind of like a copper color, which is okay because you can always paint that, but this is what I used for the faucet. Now I am holding it with pliers. This is actually what you're going to be using to curve the faucet. You'll use these pliers to curve it. It's pretty easy to manipulate the shape of the staple. It's not like it's really hard or anything. You'll just use some pliers like the ones that I'm showing you here to curve the shape into a faucet. You can also use these for handles or anything like that, and like I said, you can always paint them, which is what I did. I ended up painting this the same color as the faucet handles, which is the silver paint that I have here. So that is what I used as the faucet. So what I used for the handles are the sewing pins. These are the same pins that I used when I made the preteen bedroom dresser. All I'm gonna do is stick those in there, and then I'm going to paint them silver, and that's gonna give me my handles for the bathtub. All right, and that concludes part 2 of 3 with the bathroom fixtures, and this was how you would get your jacuzzi bathtub for your miniatures. Alright y'all, so go ahead and make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell so that you get the notification when I show you how to make this standalone shower, this toilet, and this sink. That will be part 3 of 3 in the bathroom fixtures.